and welcome again to the 17 email income hacks. You see, today I'll be sharing with you hack number 2 of the 17 emails income hack. So, as I went through the first hack, which I explained, if you've forgotten, I would like you to go and watch the earlier version of the video I did earlier on, which is the survey hack. I really explained it so that you can know how to start generating income from your email list. You see, today I will actually be going through the heroes hack. When you look at it, the heroes hack is something that is very, very important in to your emails, to your audience, to people who are on your list. You see, I don't want you to be sending email to your list in the way some other people do send email, and that's the reason they do not get an open rate. They do not get the emails being open, no click-through rate. Reason because the email sent or written is not written in a style people want to read. So that is why I've come up with what we call the hero hack. You see, this hero hack this is all about you sharing your story when you want to send an email to your list. You need to let them know who you are, what you've gone through, how you started on, and what you encountered in the process before you now become successful in whatever you are doing in life. So I believe you must have gained these people into your list. They are now people who like to read your emails whenever you share it. And that's why I've come up with the hero hack. You see, the hero hack is more about you sharing your story, and I'll be going through some of this way. I'll be explaining all these bullet points about the hero hack so that you can have an idea of what kind of email you should be sending to your email list, because you need to carry them along. You need to send them, you need to give them stories, you need to tell them what this is all about, who you are. If people don't know who you are, you just send them an email, because your email tends to be according to a formula people want you to write your email, or according to certain templates. Let me tell you, almost millions of people are using that kind of template, and they are also using that kind of I would say formula. So whenever people see that kind of email in their inbox, they tend to either delete it or they tend to unsubscribe, which you don't want. And that is why a lot of people today are not really generating income from their email list. And if you tend to follow this step, you will tend to understand what I'm saying. So the first one is the known ordinary world. You see, this is the world that our hero lives, and this is where you live. Life is usually pretty okay, and the hero is pretty comfortable with the way of life. The hero knows how to do life. You see, this is an ordinary world. This is you in an ordinary world. You are in the same level the people who are reading your email, you are on the same level with them before. So you now went through what we call the call to adventure. This is where the adventure really begins. The call to adventure may come as an internal yearning of change or growth, or we might be dragged into it unwillingly, like in the case of let's say illness, relationship breakup, or financial crisis, which a lot of people do go through. Whatever the case, the call comes with the opportunity to step out of the known into the unknown, and doing so gain something of value. You see, especially what we are going through right now during time of the coronavirus and COVID-19. This is a form of call to action to some people. Some people have passed through this stage. This is a form of call to action. And I'll tell you, this is also an opportunity for some people. If you can lay down, write down, put it in your own style, and send it to your email list, definitely people want to read. And now we go into the third one, which is the refusal of the call. Leaving behind the comfort of the known and stepping into the unknown is often anxiety provoking, and it's not unusual for the hero to ignore or refuse the call for some time. Eventually, the hero feels they have no choice but to listen to and act upon the call to adventure. You understand what I mean by that? And the next one is the supernatural aid. You see, once the call has been accepted, whether consciously or unconsciously, help often appears to aid the hero on their journey. You see, the moves often takes the form of an older mentor who presents the hero with a talisman that will aid her or him later in her quest. And this is where you want to come in. You're sending an email to your email list. Either you want to become their mentor, either you want to become their coach. They are going through some certain stages as well. So the next one now is the threshold guidance. As the hero approaches the threshold, people, circumstances, or even the hero's own fear and doubts block the hero's path. They may be testing the hero's readiness to cross the threshold, protecting her or him from taking the journey before she's ready. You see, crossing the first threshold, it is at this point where the hero's journey from the known into the unknown. Where the hero crosses this threshold, then she does not know what will happen next. And there is no going back at all. And this is where a lot of people, before they achieve their success, what they do go through. And that's where we now go into the road of trials. After crossing the threshold, the hero must survive a succession of trials. Let me tell you, if you want to make it online today, you will go through succession of trials. You will go through a lot of failures. While they are difficult, he or she will still grow in confidence, maturity, and capability as a result of each of these trials. You see, helpers and mentors. This is where we now go into the helpers and mentors. You see, during the road of trials, the hero is aided by the advice and hamlets of the supernatural helper he or she met before crossing the threshold. You see, and this helper could be you that you are sending an email to your email list. You see, by helpers and mentors who show up just at the right time to support her on her journey, or him on her journey, or on his journey. This may be actual people, or they might be the right words at the right time. You see, read in book, or sometimes this could be through podcast, it could be through an online course, it could be through training program, One of all these things, this is where the mentor comes in. And then we now move into you see, the most challenging part of the journey is where the hero must face his or her greatest fears, and perhaps even actually more likely metamorphorically. The hero enters the dark night of the soul and risks losing it all. And this is where the transformation now comes in. You see, if you can now put things this way in your email list in the form of this, just follow this line of story that I'm going through. Definitely, people will want to read your email list. You see, as the hero conquers the and overcomes a fear, he or she now undergoes a transformation. As old ways of being die during this period, and new ways of being in the world are born. The hero is rewarded with the Holy Grail and hard earned insight and wisdom. And this is where you come in. A care quest has been accomplished, but our journey is not over yet. And this is where we now go into the refuser of the return. It is the hero's duty to return to his or her tribe to share the reward of quest, but it can be tempting to refuse the call to return. And this is where you now come in. You want to share what you've gone through, what you've learned before you became a millionaire. That is why you see a lot of people out there are sharing the way they've made it online. They started making money online. And this is the kind of things you want to be sharing with your email list, because people want to make it online. And if you want to generate income from your email list more, you must be able to carry people along by sharing your story. How you made your first dollar, how you made your second dollar, how you started making, you made your 3-figure income, 6-figure. So as I was saying, we got into eventually the hero crosses the threshold from the unknown back to the known. And the hero might do this willingly, and he or she might be rescued or brought back across the threshold by his or her tribe. And this is where we have the return. Having returned, the hero's challenging task now is to reintegrate into everyday life and to communicate our experience and wisdom with our tribe or his tribe. In this way, our quest has not just been for our own personal gain, but for our community as a whole. You see, I hope you can relate to this hero's journey. Where are you now on the journey? How can you share this journey with your email list? You see, many people who come to me for counseling or coaching about how to write the best email that will generate income from them has to do with some few things, and which people are not getting right these days. It's not all about sending a lot of emails to your email list. It's all about the style in which you write your email, the personality that you carry, the story behind it, and this is what will make people to want to read your email. So I hope you actually got something from what I'm sharing today. You see, there are times people do get it wrong. But what I want to let you know, why some people are generating more money from their email list than other people, is because they are following some certain concepts. And this has been working for me, and I believe it will work for you. It's not only about building relationship, but it's also about sharing your story, what you've gone through, how did you start. Because what have you made? If you've not made anything online, then what story do you want to share to your emails? What email do you want to sell? So, with that being said, I hope this hack number 2 will be of great help to you. This alone could start making, once you send a story like this to your email list, could change the dimension in which you see a lot of open rates and click-through rates from your email. So I wouldn't want to take too much of your time today. And this ends the number 2 hack. I'll be sharing the number 3 hack of how to generate more income from your email list. So with that being said, I will see you on the next video hack. Bye.